my best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. To the end, me and you. Ooh. If you spend, then I spend all on you. Ooh. You. Just say the word and we gon' run it up. You're number one and it's don't run up. Don't matter if your birthday's coming up, I'm still gon' get you those little gifts, and it's not even about that. I just love to make you smile, so go and smile back. Little FaceTime, little chit chat, little time spent, little meal or something. What we doing on? Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
Hey besties, it's Tracy from Stitching with Your Besties. In case you're new here, thank you for joining me. This is a channel about cross stitch and sometimes life, a little bit of life in there. And it's basically to welcome you as one of my besties and hope that we can become friends and maybe we can meet at a retreat. It's just a way to kind of get out there and show what I'm working on and try and find some like-minded individuals. So thank you all again for those of you that have left comments in my 3 previous videos. This is FlossTube number 4, and I'm getting on a little regular schedule with this, so kind of glad about that. Wanted to chat with you on what's been going on. I did have my 60th birthday on August 1st, and I was dreading it. And you know, once it's here, you're thankful that God has sustained you for this length of time. And I know that there's a lot of people that don't make it to 60 or 20. But I'm very thankful for being here and all the belly aching that was leading up to it. You know, was just that feeling of where has time gone and how quickly time goes. So, but I had a great birthday. My kids and my husband took me out to a surprise dinner, and my girls with my husband, had this plan to whisk me away on a mother-daughter trip, and they were going to have me leave at 6 a.m. on my birthday. And my first thought when they started kind of saying, Mom, you know, we're not going to tell you what we're doing, but we want you to know that we're planning something. My first thought was, well, that's my birthday, and my other 2 folks that I would want to be there, my son and my husband, wouldn't be there for my big birthday. So it was kind of bothering me, and I hate to admit it, but it basically kind of caused me to kind of hesitate a little bit on going away with the girls. They wanted to go to Texas. It's hot in Texas in August. I had all these excuses. You know, they're both trying to buy houses, and, you know, being the mama, I was worried about them spending too much money on me. So it ended up where I kind of drug my feet and we didn't go anywhere with the girls. But hubby works all summer long, overtime at work, and that means every Saturday. And I was like, you know what? You're not working the weekend of my birthday. So he ended up taking me to a bed and breakfast in Hiwassee, Georgia, which is about close to 3 hours away. It's 2.5, 3 hours away from the Atlanta area. North Georgia mountains, significantly cooler there, and just one of my favorite places to go. And took me to this little quirky bed and breakfast, and we just had a little weekend away. So I want to insert that video here to show you, you know, a little bit of our weekend trip and just getting on the road and, you know, spending some time together was great for the soul. So let me insert that now. First stop on my surprise birthday trip. Great little flea market. Maybe it's an antique store. Maybe it's just a tchotchke store. Sure is cute. So is that guy. Hey, Airman.
Hey, sweetie.
You have a date tonight?
Hoppity, hoppity, hoppity. Yeah, I got a young fella coming over.
Are you? Quirky little bed and breakfast. A really dead tree. Let's see where we're staying. So this is a common area, and lucky us, we're the only ones here this weekend. Otherwise, you share. What the hell is hanging over my door? So this is our suite. What's our suite called? Excuse me. Have our own closet. Just don't. And then you come back out to the common room. And then we have the library. A shared bathroom. Our room does not have a bathroom. Guess you stick the sign up for privacy. Then you have the garden suite. Nobody's staying here this weekend, but this is available for rent. With its own bedroom and bath. So I think if you want to stay here, I would definitely stay in the garden suite. And it just has a shower. Pretty old. Also has its own mini split. The windows are left open until someone comes in. And it also has its own closet. And then from the garden suite, you go into the kitchen. Did you go upstairs?
No.
Let's go try it out.
I'll take it. Those are dishes and stuff.
Breakfast is served at 9:15, and they do provide breakfast. A little dining area. And it looks like it has one more room upstairs called Mountain View. So cute. I wish we would have got this room. Another closet with robes provided. Beautiful view. Is he forcing us to stay in that room downstairs?
That's what I booked. I think the one has a king bed.
This is Mountaintop. We stopped in at our favorite little farmer's market here in Hiwassee. Look at this place. I love this place. Look at this place. Osage Farms in Dillard, Georgia. Everybody was up here for the Silver Queen corn. So our bed and breakfast was known as Henson Cove Bed and Breakfast, and it was run by David and Mariah. They were amazing hosts. Mariah's cooking is top notch. She serves you breakfast, and you can choose between like 8:30 or 9:15. And they're so pleasant, so lovely. I know that they want to sell their B&B and kind of move on to a different stage of life. They've been there 20 years, but what wonderful hosts. Their place was quirky. David and I were the only two people there for the weekend. If you go and there's other people, you will be sharing space with people and be able to get to know new folks. But just a really quirky house that they had added on to and had beautiful rooms, and we absolutely loved it. We went hiking. We ate some delicious food, and I was able to, after hiking, you know, we were exhausted. We came back and I was able to stitch, and we were able to watch some shows. He was able to read a book. So it was just one of those really nice, relaxing weekends. But it's Henson Cove Bed and Breakfast in Hiwassee, Georgia. And David and Mariah are the owners for now. And it was just a great time. So that was my birthday weekend. Had a great time away. We went to some produce stands, and I was able to get a bushel of corn, Silver Queen corn. That was in Dillard, Georgia at Osage Farms. And then we were able to go to the Hiwassee fruit and vegetable market, one of my favorite little stands to go to every time we head up that way, and got some vegetables and some fruit there, and just came home and we were able to process that, save it for the winter, making our stews and soups and all that good stuff. So just stuff that, you know, is important to me, and just kind of took me away from the ho-hum of, you know, the home and the yard and the garden and the life. So it was a great time. So that was my weekend. And I also was able to, during the last 2 weeks that you spoke with me, visit with my friend, longtime friend that I met when we moved into our second home in 2000. Our daughters were the same age, and she was my next door neighbor, but she was in my backyard. So we were on a corner lot, and just a wonderful human. Her name is Christine. and Christine's now a flight attendant, and she was flying through Atlanta and said, I'll stay a day. I'll stay the day. It's the day before your birthday, and I'll stay and we'll visit. And so we spent most of the day up in Atlanta, visiting, laughing, hugging, just a great time with her. So that's always so important to me, is to make those connections and keep those connections. Let's see, what else did I do? I'm looking over here at my notes. I've been cleaning up the basement. The basement, as I've told you in my previous videos, got hit with my mom's crafting supplies, my dad's crafting supplies, and so it's just kind of out of control. I've been scanning old photos to keep those, tossing the actual physical copies, but keep those on my computer. I'm backed up in triplicate, so I'm good there, maybe even quadruple. So I've been doing that, and that's been taking some of my time. But you know what, y'all? I'm sure most of you feel the same way. When I can focus on something that's like a micro anxiety, where it's something that's on my to-do list or something that I need to do, and I get it done, it feels good. And the basement has been a problem. We lost our stepdad over 4 years ago, and then sold Mom's house. I don't even know how long ago, but everything came over, as Mom's been slowly moved out of the house. So it feels good to start taking care of some of those just small task things. I kind of go down there and put my mind to a certain area. Our youngest daughter is buying a home, her second home, and so all of the things that we have been holding for her are going to be removed from the basement. So it just kind of feels good. Once you start doing stuff like that and you feel like your house can breathe because it's not so packed full, it just really feels good. So I've been cleaning up the basement, and I've also been focusing on some Commit 30s. I don't know if you've heard of that either. I know I'm just kind of rambling, but you're my besties. Commit 30, my friend Penny introduced me to earlier this year, and it's basically just say you want to do something for 30 days, and it hopefully makes a habit. And at that time, I was getting into a bad habit of getting really sleepy. It'd be about 10 o'clock at night, and I'd just feel that like I could fall asleep, and I'd get up and I'd get a handful of chips. And so for Commit 30 at that time, I was like, no more eating in the bedroom, basically, I think is what it was. It's not that I was eating in the bedroom. I would just get up, my husband was asleep, and I'd get up and grab a handful of chips. So that worked, and I've been trying to do that. And I've started my next Commit 30, which is to try and exercise daily for 30 days straight. That's a good feeling too, to feel like you've done something, you've committed to something, and to see if you can see it through. And it does give me that extra boost where I say, not today, but when I know I've committed it, I've put it in my journal, it's something that I want to accomplish, and my journal's expecting me to say, yes, today was successful, it kind of motivates me. We are having some really good, unusual weather for August in Georgia, high 80s, low 90s, still very hot, still humid. But this morning I got out, it was I think 66 degrees, and did my walk, and that's my exercise of choice. Did my walk, and it was actually very pleasant. So I'm going to try and do that daily for the next 30 days. So you guys wish me luck. I'm going to need it. So that's about all that's going on in life. Kids have gone back to school. Grandbabies have gone back to school. It's getting less and less where Mama and Daddy need Nana. The youngest is in K4, and my grandson, her brother, is in 3rd grade. So it's just getting more and more to where Nana has some time on her hands. Kind of nice. So anyway, that's about all that's going on. So let's get started. Let me show you what I've been working on. I'm a monogamous stitcher. I don't need to say that every video, I know, but for those of you that are new, I generally only stitch one thing at a time. I'm a person who needs to accomplish something. So if I have something on my to-do list and it sits there for too long, I can do self-negative thought or negative talk. So I just would prefer to stitch on one item and get it done. I am kind of thinking, since it's Halloween or beginning to be fall, that I might try and do 2 things this go round. Work a little on each and see if I can get them accomplished for my Halloween decorations or my fall decorations. But we'll see how I can do it. But I do want to show you what I finished. Speaking of fall, I did finish just this morning because I had a few little confetti stitches or a few little stitches that I had missed. Trick or Treat by Stitching with the Housewives. I think this one's so cute. I love all the colors, and I am into cute, but I've got to stitch somebody else. I have decided that my witch's name is Georgia, appropriately called Georgia. Love candy corn, love pumpkins, love fall. So Georgia spoke to me, and I absolutely love her. I stitched her on 14 count chalkboard Aida, and I used all called for colors. I did run out of bamboo, so I must be that person that uses their floss, probably not sparingly, but got it on order while I was still stitching other colors, and it came in from Fat Quarter, and I just absolutely love it. So I am going to finish it on the finishing piece. Well, it's over here, sorry guys. On the finishing piece that Priscilla finished it on. I've already got my fabrics picked out, and I'm going to double layer an orange fabric with black dots and then a purple fabric. So I'm very excited about that. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that finish on the next video. But all right, FFO. So I've got this finished. I'm so excited about it, and so excited to get to work on something new. And I think what I'm going to work on next is my Victorian's House number 15 by Judith Kirby. And for those of you that have seen it before, Judith Kirby put house number 9 and house number 15 together. And as you can see in that little picture below, ignore my fingernails. They're cruise fingernails, which means I got them done and now the tips are falling off, which I'm fine with. Anyway, we're putting together 15 and 9, and I've already accomplished 9. This one was a tough stitch for me because you use 3 threads, and it's really dense, but I loved it. So there's house number 9 already completed, and then I'm going to put house number 15 over here in the empty space and just join the two. I'll just continue right along with the fence line and get that finished. So I think that's what I'm going to be stitching next. So it's Judith Kirby's Victorian's House number 15. Let me stick that back into my bag. I've got to get my colors out. And the next one I think I'm going to stitch on is a couple of crows by Cherry Hill Stitchery. A couple of crows by Cherry Hill Stitchery. I don't want to show the chart. And I think this one's going to be pretty quick. So that's why I'm okay with starting the 2. I think. Y'all wish me luck. But I'm going to try and do it on called for threads. And I think on the color, I'll probably do it on either mushroom, or it says to use parchment even weave from Fabric Flare, but I'm just going to use a neutral vintage country mocha or something like that. So I think that's what I'm going to work on next. I'm very excited about that. I want to talk about what I've been watching. Again, I don't watch a lot of TV, but you know, we'll get on the apps and try and find something. And we've been watching Presumed Innocent with Jake Gyllenhaal. It is on Apple TV, and you immediately, it's a murder mystery, whodunit type thing. Very well done, but you immediately get sucked in. So it's a great show if you have Apple TV. It's Presumed Innocent. You know, it is murder and sexual situations, so be aware of that. But so far I'm loving that. I haven't finished it yet. So that's what I'm watching. And of course, I'll tell you later on who I'm watching on YouTube as far as our FlossTube. Okay, so now I want to talk about my fully finished object that I finished. I'm trying, guys, to be much better at for me at getting down there and at least finishing the project. So I'm hoping to finish my trick or treat. Just get down there, get it done. You know, put your fabric on your boards. Not that difficult, Tracy. And then get it set up. So like I said, I hope to have trick or treat finished on the pumpkin from Hobby Lobby that Priscilla and Chelsea had put as an actual finish for that particular piece. The other thing that I did go down there, and I'm going to show it to you. I've asked hubby to cut off the piece that is sticking out, but he hasn't yet, so I may have to do it myself, which is Liberty from Stitching with the Housewives. So I put it on the exact frame that Priscilla has recommended, and I ended up going on to Amazon and ordering these bows, and they come in a pack of 6, so I will link them down below, but I thought they were so cute with their plaid. I've ordered a button maker, so I am gonna put a button on it, I believe. And then I found these really cool, this is the stick I was telling you about that's sticking out, so I'm just gonna trim that off. And I'll probably have to get that done myself. Hubby's just busy. I love him. But I put this really neat little pick that I also ordered from Amazon, and it comes in red, white, and blue. So I'll show you those real quick. Just picks that, you know, I kind of pulled out. Also comes with a bow that I wasn't so crazy about. But I just kind of, you know, fluffed it up and pulled this out. And then I used magnets to attach. I used small magnets, so I'm hoping that, you know, once this sits still on a shelf, that it'll be adequate. I didn't want to hot glue it because I don't want to have to buy this particular piece every time, you know, I do a word swap. But we'll see. I'm kind of a permanent type of finishing gal. I don't know if I'm going to want to be switching out, so we'll see. But that's Liberty from Stitching with the Housewives. I absolutely think it turned out so cute. I used some red, white, and blue polka dot fabric in the back that I got at Hobby Lobby. It is stitched on 14 count Ada white, and I used all called for colors. Now, let's talk about haul. Girls, guys, I gotta stop. I'm out of control. I got a Paisleys and Polka Dots shipment in. I had been waiting, and I thought, you know, there's certain things I know I'm going to finish. I've got one downstairs that I'm actually painting, which is all over my fingers right now. And it's the horizontal pedestal frame, and I'm painting it kind of a cream color. I don't have anything in mind yet what I want to place there, so I'm kind of hesitant to paint anymore until I get the chart done and then realize, okay, it's going to go on this particular finish. I struggled with painting this, thinking, should it be black? Should it be white? Should it be, you know, ivory, cream? I've ended up painting it ivory chalk paint, and you know, we'll see how that goes and what I can use it for. So it's downstairs, but I did get a Paisleys and Polka Dot order, and it's a big one. And then I got a few other things that I wanted to show you. So I got from Paisleys and Polka Dots the candy corn stand cross stitch display. So I've got that one. Look how cute. Cannot wait. Candy corn's my favorite to paint that. Don't know the chart yet that I'm going to put on that. And then I found this one that is kind of 4th of July. I was doing a lot of 4th of July, so it has the stars to where, you know, we can basically just do a small cross stitch, red, white, and boom, or whatever. Lindsay's red, white, and blue stuff can always go on here. So you get the kit with a bunch of stars and paint it, and I'll be doing that. I also ordered, she's so cute. I don't know, I don't think I'm putting George on her, but I may, instead of the pumpkin. So it's cross stitch, which square or rectangle, and it is too small. I notice now how small it is. So she'll be cute for a small finish of some sort. Excited to paint that one. I did get the the newest thing from Priscilla and Chelsea, which is the Flower Lane Cottage cross stitch display. So I'm excited that I'm going to be stitching those. That's their new series. And I absolutely love this. And with that, you also order separately sets of flowers. I don't know if you've seen this on their FlossTube, but it's going to be precious. I've got the garland coming from Amazon probably today. So I need to get those painted. I don't like painting my stuff. I am not a painter. I'm very heavy-handed, and I wish that I could just buy it pre-painted. I get the idea that you may not like the same colors. For me personally, I don't like the paint lines. I mean, I'm that much of a perfectionist. I hate to admit it. I'm learning not to be, but yeah, stroke lines from your paintbrush, even if I go really light, drive me nuts. So I've been down there sanding and trying to get it as smooth as possible. And I know spray painting also would be probably preferable for me, but I haven't set up a paint booth, and I kind of hate to go outside and damage my driveway or grass. And the last thing I got from Paisleys and Polka Dots, because I was really into patriotic, was the Patriotic Paddle Cross Stitch Display. And so I'm looking forward to getting that painted as well. So I will link Paisleys and Polka Dots down below. I don't know, I'm sure all of y'all, I'm such a late to the party FlossTuber. I know all of y'all probably heard about Paisleys and Polka Dots, but I wanted to show you what I got. So I did that. And then another thing that I got, and I'll link this one down below. I forget who I got it from, but it's the board for Hive Rules from Lindsay's Hive Rules. You can see it's got a beehive. I'm gonna try and get this a little closer, and I have to angle it that way because it's on my table. But I thought this was so cute, and I'm just gonna stitch the Hive Rules and place it on there, and it'll be on there permanently. Like I said, I'm kind of more into the permanent displays. Hopefully not stitching the same. I mean, how many Hive Rules would I stitch? So hopefully not stitching the same type of stuff around my house, that I have a good variety. So I got that, and I got from Lady Dot Creates Bird's Nest Rick Rack. I need to get some of that Chanel. I think that needs to be up next on my list. I need to show that next video. But Bird's Nest Rick Rack, kind of grungy. I love it. I also got my Floss Fix monthly club from Fat Quarter Shop. It's my Classic Colorworks floss, and I'm gonna take this out real quick and show you the colors. They're gorgeous, and I can put them in my inventory. Just really pretty this month. They are Hayride, Hazelnut, Heather Lee, Hickory Sticks, which I know is one of Priscilla's favorites, Hollyberry, I'm loving that Hollyberry color, and Honeycomb. And I'm trying, guys, to build up my Classic Colorworks stash, but I will tell you this. I just finished, as you know, that Trick or Treat, and it was all Classic Colorworks. And when you have one strand of thread and you place it and you use it, then you're out of I think I'm going to definitely do a lot of DMC conversion is what I'm trying to say, because my DMC is just sitting there. And although this hayride, look at how beautiful this hayride is, the variegation on that, can you see it? Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. So I do love the variegation. I don't know, when I look at my actual finishes, if I think, you know, that I notice, you know, the pumpkin just looks orange to me. I can see a little variation, but I think I'm gonna probably start doing some DMC conversion so I can use that thread. All right, so that was my Floss Fix. And I might have, just saying, might have gotten some charts. I think Erin Elizabeth is my favorite designer right now. I'm not saying, I mean, Lindsay at Primrose, my goodness, and Priscilla and Brenda Gervais. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to slam anybody, but Erin Elizabeth and her shadowing and her charts to me are just gorgeous. So I went on a little, she had done a video, and I went on a little hunt and found some charts. So I want to show those to you. I did Sleigh Ride from Erin Elizabeth. Can't wait to get started on this one. It only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors in it. And it looks like she does mostly DMC in there. So I'm excited about that one. And then I had to get Honey House. This is a new one of hers. Look at how cute. Again, she uses DMC, and I'm so excited about this. She says she does Mushroom Lagana on this one, which is the one I'm probably going to use as well. And then the USA tier tray. I've got a couple of other tier trays for her that I want to get started on. Really anxious to get started on some of her charts. And I know that I want to take a minute and stitch something different other than stitching with the housewife, because I've been showing you that. A Type of Christmas by Erin Elizabeth. Look at how beautiful. Her shadowing, she just fits everything in. So beautiful. I love it. And the last one that I'm going to show, I've got a couple that I'm not going to show because they're meant for somebody else. Cozy Lane Sampler by Erin Elizabeth. Do you see that? That is fall. That's fall. That is beautiful, beautiful fall. You know what? I may stitch this prior to stitching those crows. I think I will. So gorgeous. So I'm so excited. She stitched it on, I'm sure it's here. Anyway, I'll figure out probably Mushroom Lagana. So I love it. One thing that I wish about Erin Elizabeth is that her charts were in color. It's just easier for us old ladies. So that's my haul, and I'm excited to get started on doing some more fall. Like I said, I think I'm going to do Victorian number 15, and also I think I'm going to do Cozy Lane Sampler. See how quick I change? I don't know if I'll do them at the same time, but we'll see. Sorry for yelling. Okay, so that's what I've got going on so far. And now I want to talk about who I'm watching, because I've done quite a bit this week, the last 2 weeks. I'm trying to stay away from negativity, and so, just FlossTube is just really good, kind people, generally, just talking to each other about what we're stitching. At least those of us that are creating FlossTubes. I'm not sure all the responses that we receive are nice and kind, but I have been watching Kathy and Bill from Hands On Design. Love Kathy's designs. I love that Mr. HOD is there, and Kathy just seems to, really rely on him as her sidekick. So I love that. I've been watching Jackie with Comfort Stitching. I think we've all found Jackie. She's blown up quickly. Jackie has a very comforting voice, and I love how she stitches and how she explains things, and she talks very slow and doesn't say a lot like I do. So I really like Jackie. Helen D is one of my favorites. Helen kind of stitches things that I just kind of enjoy looking at. I love that she's from the Northeast, and I can, get kind of a glimpse into someone who lives someplace totally different from what I'm used to. I also watched Olivia with Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, and I love Olivia's, decorations and what she's stitching, her smile. Linen and Scraps with Kathy and Molly, of course. Molly being the Southern gal and Kathy being the Midwest, or I guess she's considered Midwestern. I love them, and I love their chemistry, and just being good friends. I watched Dot Goose. I love watching her, and watching what she's creating, and she's jazzy and spunky. Of course, Erin Elizabeth Designs. I love listening to her talk because she's Canadian, like my bestie. And they say sorry, and progress. Oh my goodness, some of the words that they say I would love us Americans, but anyway, Erin right now is one of my favorites, if not my favorite designer, as I stated, and just love watching her create. I did watch Artie the Vintage Stitcher. I've watched Neil and Alex, who were from Stitcher's Hollow, and I've only seen one video, and let me tell you, Neil had a little snafu with his cat, and the cat damaged permanently 13 of his stitches, and they were kind of cute about it. I mean, you can tell they're probably best friends, and God bless Alex, who helped Neil get through that trauma, but I watched them. Of course, the Bougie sisters, love those two, Jenny and Nancy. Love that they're so different and yet, you know, have this common bond of cross-stitching and, you know, are great sisters. I also watched Sarah at Sarah's Stitchery. I've watched a couple of hers. Love her. Chris Cross Stitch. Oh, y'all. Chris and his muscles, Chris and his mustache, Chris and his smooth voice, Chris how he talks to himself. You know, Chris is just, yeah, I can hang with Chris. He's so much fun. Lindy Stitches with Steph and Jason. You know, Steph being the crazy and Jason being the straight man. They're just fun. And then Lisa at Lost in Stitches. Lisa's story really, you know, made me realize that life is short. She's got stage 4 cancer. She's coming out of it. She's doing great. But she had a floss tube and took some time off to get through chemo. And what a lovely little soul. So I loved watching her videos as well. So that's who I've been watching. And I'll link all those down below in case you're looking for a new channel. I hope that you know, you'll share my videos if you're, you know, so inclined, and subscribe. It's just kind of fun to know that you're putting something out there that may help you make friends. That's all I'm looking forward to is, you know, moving into this next stage of life where, you know, I've got commonality with people. So generally, guys, I finish out a video with asking a question of the day. And my question today, and I hope that you can give me your comments and feedback, because this is how we all learn. And I love that, you know, down in the comments we can get to know our future besties, is when you kit up, you know, when I kit anything up, I generally do the pattern and then the fabric I'm going to use with it, and I put the flosses in there, for example. So I've got this kitted up. It's, I'll put a picture here because I've only printed the chart, the actual chart, so I don't want to put it on YouTube. But I've kitted it up. I've got the colors. I've got the fabric. And it's Primrose Cottage All-American is the chart that I'm going to use. And I end up sticking that into my cross-stitch basket. And then I realized that maybe I needed Louisiana hot sauce for another project. And so my question to you guys is, how do you have maybe 1 or 2 skeins of floss, skeins, whatever they're called, of floss, and kit it into a kit, and then remember where that particular floss was if you decide not to do that kit? Patriotic has, you know, left us for the year. I may not want to stitch Patriotic until next spring. Well, in the meantime, I've got this kitted up and I've got this floss here that, you know, maybe could be used for another product. I do use the X-Stitch app on my phone. Love that app. If you're not using that, that's my jam. Inventory, I should show you guys sometime the scanning thing that I have for my totes. It's a scanned label that you scan and it tells you what's inside the tote. Life-changing for us organizers. But anyway, how do you, when you kit up something, I mean, I'm kind of inclined to leave all my floss on its rings in its alphabetical or numerical rather order, and just pull the blues out, you know, to do this patriotic instead of putting it in a kit. I've also noticed that when I kit up things, if I don't print the chart out, most of my charts are PDF. That's what I prefer. if I don't print it out and stick it with the kit, then if it looks like this, I'm over here going, what was I going to use this for? This is Vintage Country Mocha 25 count, which is 25 count's not a normal count for me. So if I hadn't printed up the chart and stuck it in there, I forget. I do, as I said, prefer PDFs. I generally put those in the files section of my iPad, and then I'm able to kind of color in where I've moved within the chart. So I know if I've missed something, missed a stitch. That's why I prefer PDFs. Even if I get like this, I will go downstairs, I will put it on my scanner, and I will scan it in and then make it into a PDF so I can at least put it on my iPad. I find that so much easier than grabbing a sheet of paper. I can zoom in. It works perfect for me. So, what do you do with your kits, and how do you identify where that specific color is located if you need it later on for another chart? I'd appreciate any information you can provide. So that's about it, guys. I don't know how long this is. I'm going to have a great day. I've already done my walk. I'm enjoying my coffee, and I think I'll probably go downstairs, maybe work a little bit on that basement. Hopefully the next time you'll see me, I'll have my permanent new glasses. I know you've seen me on a couple of videos with different glasses, so I'm waiting for those to come in. Seems like every time I order new glasses, it's, oops, they did something wrong at the glass maker, and it's going to take a couple more weeks. Every time, no kidding. Other than that, we're just going to head into fall. Don't have any plans. I've started taking down some of my summer decorations. I just was getting tired of them. The house is kind of empty, although I do have my Kansas City Chiefs 3-tier tray going. So getting ready for football season, ready for soup season, ready for apple picking. Just my favorite time of year. So thank you guys so much for joining me again. I'm hoping I'm making content that you like. I'm hoping that you're finding it enjoyable. I know that I'm here by myself, and sometimes it seems like the YouTube videos with 2 or more is more fun, but I just want to share what I'm doing and make some friends and be able to look forward to having some chats online. I hope you guys are as well, and I hope you have a great 2 weeks. I will see you back in 2 weeks with more progress. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.